Welcome back to day 12 of the AI Academy 30-day challenge. Today we're going to be talking about projects and knowledge bases, building off what we talked about in day 11. Let's hop right into it. As always, subscribe and follow for new important updates regarding the course on YouTube, Instagram, and we're on TikTok as well. Share the course. Let's start a revolution and change people's lives together around AI education. 40% commission. Again, everything in this school is free, but you can get some passive revenue going if you invite people that decide to take their education, come over to the paid community, or if they buy any upsells or affiliates or anything in the future. Monthly giveaways. Big motivation for finishing this course is you get a free month in that paid community, and if you complete the worksheets, stay active and level up and help others in the community, you can get a chance to win those monthly prizes. Right now it's I think we're doing Apple AirPods this month, free for anyone that stays active and level up, and we do that. We pick that winner the first of every month live on the community. Bonus tip: watch this course in 2x speed. Share your results and experiences with others. I had someone share a school course with me about 6 months ago. Learned a lot, gained a lot of value, and that's the whole point of this goal here. So today's agenda: we're going to talk about what projects are, or GPTs, or whatever you want to call them. Talk about knowledge bases, Claude skills, and then we're going to build your project for today. So starting off, what projects are? A workspace per goal. We talked about this a bit yesterday, but think of group chats, files, and instructions all in one place for one goal or task. You made your goal on day 2. Context that stays loaded, no re-explaining. The project already knows what's happening. Instructions per project, a different setup for different work. We talked about that yesterday. And everything's in reach. Your docs, prompts, and histories together. We're going to go through a quick demo today on Claude and how to create a project. And then it's great for ongoing work. One home for everything you are building. So we're going to go over here today. As always, foundry.com/day 12. We'll pull up your worksheet for today. And then we can just go File, make a copy. And we have our worksheets. Again, we should be saving all these worksheets in one place. You can post them in here in Accountability. But if we go into Claude today, I'll show this on ChatGPT too. So in ChatGPT, they're called custom GPTs instead of Claude. So you can explore GPTs here, and then you can have your custom GPTs on the left. But we're going to be working in sorry, I got cut off there. We're going to be working in Claude today. So in Claude, we go on the left side, whether you're on the desktop app or just online, you go to projects and then new project. We're going to call this one demo, and then this doesn't affect anything. It's just for your own use for day 12. Then we create a project. So we're now inside of a fresh project here in Claude. As you can see, the name and then the short description as well. So as we talked about yesterday, your memory is not yet made. It will show here after a few chats. And let's just go through everything we can do here. The same connectors that we had before can still be plugged in. Same with skills, which we're going to cover a little bit later today, along with any plugins you have if you want to do research or if it's just web search. And then you can also attach files and photos or take a screenshot. You can choose the model here, as we've talked about. Fable 5 got taken down, but you can choose between 4.6, 4.5, more models, and the amount of effort, and if it's thinking or not. You can use voice mode or dictate. Here's where we'd add the custom instructions, which we will today as we go through this project, and then any files that we want to upload, either through GitHub, the Drive, Notion. Supermetrics is something I use, or we can just add text files here, like this, name it something, then paste in our context, or we can upload from our device like so. Great. So going into knowledge bases now. You feed it your stuff, upload your docs, notes, and files. It can always see them. We're going to be adding files to this project here as an example. Answer from your docs grounded in your material, not the whole web. Cuts the hallucinations. These are real sources that beat the guesses that we talked about from day 5. Update this anytime. You can add, remove, swap files, and it will update the instructions and the memory for you if you prompt it. And then this is your second brain. Everything it needs in one searchable place per project. So let's say that we wanted to use this for what's a use case? We've done a social media use case. We've done a monetization use case. Let's say we wanted to save an hour of time at work. sorting through our Slack messages or something like that. So the first thing we'd want to do for that, just again, there's so many broad things that people can do with this course. This is just an example. We'd want to add the Slack connector, but let's imagine that we have that already added in. We could add in some project instructions, but what I like to do is I like to go into another Claude chat here, and I like to prompt it to make the custom instructions for me, because it will ask me questions and it will get a lot more detail. Hey, I'm creating a custom project for day 12 of the 30-day AI Academy Challenge. And this is for a demo around the hypothetical if I wanted to save an hour a week at work just going through my Slack messages, where instead of sorting through things from files, I can make it as a connector, and then I can get a brief every morning in my inbox, so I don't have to worry about which Slack messages I'm responding to, which ones are just busy noise and channels. Can you ask me some questions about this for the project, and then can we set up custom instructions, and then can you let me know what files would be helpful to upload to this project as well? So this is how I would go about it if I was making this custom project for myself. So it's going to do thinking. Again, I have this on Opus 4.8 high, and I believe I have thinking mode on as well. I always prefer to have thinking mode on. It runs a bit more tokens, but I found the outputs to be a lot better. So if this was something I was already thinking about, some files off the top of my head that would be helpful to upload, maybe be if we have the connector, we could download some of those files and add them to project instructions. If we had specific projects in Slack that we want to do, we could upload those as files. But I think for something as simple as this, the instructions are going to be very important. Hence why I said, ask me some questions for this project, how we can set up these custom instructions, and then we can just paste this back into the project over here. So we're going to let this run, and we're going to quickly talk about Claude skills. It's a little bit more advanced, but I think it's important. It's something I still don't see a lot of people using. Reusable abilities, teaching a repeatable task once, and you can reuse it for forever. We're not going to make one for this demo today, but I'm going to show you a few that I have on this Claude account. It goes beyond a single prompt. A skill bundle, steps, rules, and examples that can be repeatable over and over. People use skills and co-work together all the time. Trigger on demand, call the skill whenever you need that job done. Great for routines, reports, formats, checks you do again and again, and builds on your library. You can have your prompt library, This is why I say save all these worksheets, save your prompts, so we can upload everything into skills. So we've already started building our project here, but I just want to go over here as this continues to run. I'll just open another Claude chat. This is one of the downsides, I would say, of having it on thinking, is it does take a bit longer, but it's going to be a lot more thorough than if you didn't have thinking mode on. So if we're in Claude here, we can also open the desktop app, but I want to show you online because I feel like more people use Claude online. But we would go over here and we go to customize. So you can customize Claude, you can connect your apps, create new skills, and browse the plugins. I'm going to answer these questions here quickly. Let's see, okay, just go to the demo, just the project for now. Brief actually watch, I want, I'd say all channels, and how should the brief run? 30-second skim bullets. So again, we always want to be asking us questions like this. So again, we have our connectors here in the customize, but if we go into skills here, we can see I've had two. One is to help me make founder carousels for Instagram. So this is something where if I just did / and I called the founder carousel skill, it would have all this context of how I want my carousels to look for Instagram. So I prompted on a topic and it knows exactly the layout of how to build this. It saves it to my desktop for me, and then I just have to upload it to Instagram. I could probably automate that as well, but I prefer to do that manually. So when you think of skills, this could be, if this was for our Slack thing, we could have a skill that automatically uses our project and then briefs us every single morning. We could have a skill that builds a deck for us. The possibilities are really endless here when you have skills and these connectors and the plugins that you can pull into these chats. So Claude just got back to me. It came back with these custom instructions. You are my Slack triage assistant. When I ask for my brief, read my recent Slack activity. Again, we would need the connector obviously plugged in. And then we could create a skill in Cowork that runs this every morning and would have something into our inbox. So how I would run it is I would just come here, I would copy it, and I would come in here to custom instructions and just paste it in there. And now we can always test it by saying in this chat, who are you? What is this project for? Typing around my mic is hard, guys. Sorry about that. And we'll just make sure those custom instructions loaded. I don't usually do this, but just for the sake of showing what this is for. So when you really start to brainstorm about whatever problem or monetization or thing you're trying to solve for through this free 30-day course, think of how you can use these skills, these plugins, and these custom instructions to get you towards your goal. I'm Claude, an AI assistant made by Anthropic. This project, the workspace where you set me up, was your Slack Trails assistant, so that seems to be working correctly. So going into building your project now. Project, name it after your day 2 goal, whatever that goal was. Load 2 to 3 files. The docs you reference, you could upload these accountability worksheets. I think that would be really helpful as context in a project. Add those project instructions, who you are. We talked about this on day 11. You could probably literally upload your worksheets, or you can do what I did and give it some more context. Put it into work as something only your files could answer. I just showed a demo on that as well. Fill out your worksheet attached at founderdrew.com/day 12. And then post your results and accountability, the lesson 12 check-in. There's no reason not to. It boosts you up for the chance for those monthly prizes and helps others. It's been really cool to see people comment on each other's projects as if they're like following along and really building that community that way. So since I'm not using this project, I like to keep these really clean. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this for now. But again, if we go into founderdrew.com/day 12, we have our worksheet here today. So create your project, whatever your day 2 goal was, name it after that. Load your knowledge base, 2 to 3 files. Again, I think you should upload all, including this worksheet, all 12 worksheets to the files, and then prompt in the custom instructions. Hey, I've been doing this free 30-day academy thing by Drew. And here are the worksheets of what I've done. Let's run through what I've done. Let's make sure all of that's in the custom instructions. So as you continue to go through this course, you're continuing to build on those custom instructions and the project memory. So the files you loaded, you asked a question that could only come from those files. Add the project instructions, reuse your day 11 setup, who you are, and how it should actually help you. Spot one skill to save, a repeatable task you do often that could become a reusable skill. List the task and then lock it in. My project is loaded, instructions are set and saved. It auto saves on Claude, and I know one skill I'd want to reuse, so we can continue to build on those. And we're going to go into building custom skills. I'm going to show you how to deploy them. This was just kind of a teaser as we're talking about the instructions. So then, as always, posting accountability. We just go file download, go in here, post, make sure it's set to accountability on here, and then just post it. Again, we're seeing so many people start to level up as they go through the course, which is super exciting. Summary for today, just really quick, what we covered. Projects, a workspace per goal. So again, you could go through this course 10 times and have 10 different projects, but really try not to have them overlap. One project per one goal. The knowledge base is all your docs. The skill is reusable abilities. And tomorrow we're going to make sure that these are writing in your voice, because I think that's super important in this age of AI, that people don't sound generic. If you want to go faster, founderdrew.com/consultant. All money gets reinvested to reach more people through this school and this course. If you're ready to build and scale, school.com/the AI Academy Plus. Again, if you finish all 30 days, you get a free month in there. And we're seeing people just start to make hundreds of dollars their first month just from the things we teach in there, whether that's AI UGC, content creation, newsletters, agencies, anything AI, and taking that education and monetizing on it. We have a course in that community, which is just, it's an awesome place to be. If you're enjoying the course, just post testimony in the wins category. It can be a text, it can be a video. Any of that means a lot. I'm going to start rewarding people randomly who do that with memberships to that plus, because I just think it's super valuable. Let's get to work. Again, do your accountability, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 13. Peace.